Hello again, everyone. George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape, and today we're going to talk a little bit about door hangers. I know I've done a video in the past about it. A lot of guys have asked me about what our door hangers look like and whatnot, so I'm going to kind of show you what they look like. See if you guys can see that. You see that, RJ? Mm-hmm. All right. So that's kind of the front of them, and what I'm going to do, I'll just read it to you. This is the back of them, obviously, but just the services, we talk about what we do, and one of the biggest things here, I guess, where I put, we don't let you down, okay? We won't let you down. Here's the call tag, call us today. That's kind of highlighted. Our services are here. I invite them to visit our website to view our videos, find out more about us, familylawnandlandscape.com. Again, the call to action, and our number, big and bold. It's actually on here twice, so plus the website. So then we go to the back. Trust your lawn to the experts, and then I put a little saying in here. It says, hello neighbor, we're mowing the lawn right next to yours, and if we would love to cut yours too. We aren't the cheapest company out there, but we're extremely dependable. So what am I selling? I'm sending my dependability. That's what I'm selling them. We show up. I told 100 guys about this. Just put this on your card. You would not believe how many people read that and they call us, okay? Again, the call to action, free estimates with 24-hour guarantee. Again, the number, Better Business Bureau, they can check us out, A+, Angie's List, familylawnandlandscape.com again. So, anyway, everything with these cards, it's a call to action on there, and just the simple things of, we show up, okay? We won't let you down, things like that, because most people are so depressed because their lawn care companies don't show up, and they're not on time, or they don't show up for 2-3 weeks, or you can't get them on the phone, things like that. So, I try to highlight as many things as I could on these cards. They don't give you a ton of room on them, but we go to a place called Lady Printing, and I think they just went up in price, and I think it's, I want to say $129 for 4,000 or 5,000, something like that. So anyway, that's what we do. So now we've just finished this project. The other thing that we use, like our Gravely's for too, now we have scooters that we use also, but these Gravely's, because they're so fast, we used to use the right standers to help us out. We've got guys that go out on the scooters and do it, and guys that use, the Gravely's also. But these things are so fast, these new Gravely's, that we use them. I mean, you just clocked me today, and I did, what, 11 miles an hour? Yep. Down the road with these things. So, and what's kind of nice about these too, you have this little storage spot in here, which is pretty cool, because you can put your garbage and whatnot in here. I like to put my flyers right in here. And I just keep them in here, and now what we're going to do, now that we finished mowing, we got this property done over here, we're going to come back, we're going to go do our 10 rounds, we call it. It ends up being about 20, but we try to get these out once a month in the neighborhood. So the whole idea behind it is density in your neighborhood. This is how you make better money in lawn care. If you can get to these properties where you have one on top of another on this street, where your goal is to have 10 or 20 properties in this neighborhood right here. That's your goal. And the only way you're going to get that is by going door to door to door and just keep promoting it. So I go once a month with the door hangers. We'll also go once a month and knocking on doors. That's one of the things that Ron does. And he's pretty good with the customers. So he goes around in the neighborhoods, introduces himself, hands them out a magnet, talks to them a little bit about our company, and they've seen our trucks. And they just keep pushing yourself in front of them. And then eventually, before you know it, their lawn guy has pissed them off, and then they call us up. So right now, what we're going to do is just hop on these babies, get them out real quick, and talk to you later. Now that we've got our 10 rounds out, now I'm going to show you one other thing that Ron does here. As he manages the workforce for me, when I talk to you guys about going after the extras, and like I try to tell you, that's where a lot of the money is. So I'm going to give you just a prime example of that right now, okay? So, Ron, you want to show them what we do here?
Here, we always carry what we call a consumer enhancement list. It's a flyer that looks very similar to our regular flyer, Family Lawn and Landscape. And on the back side, there's a checklist of anything. We walk the properties, whether they need to mulch, the hedges might be trimming, there might be some palm fronds that are hanging, and we have it on a checklist right here. And we take this and we have a mark where it says, please call the office concerning these certain things that could enhance your property. And that's what we're doing right now, is we're going to take a look at a property that we just completed, and we'll mark some things off.
Right. And then just Ron, if you want to just read off to them just the things that we have on here that are important, if you can. It says, well, please call our office to discuss. We have this on all of them. So to call, we want, Ron's going to check this off on anything we find on this property, like if it's the palms need to be trimmed, the shrubs need to be trimmed, there needs to be mulching, there looks like there's bad spots in the lawn, it could be chinch bugs, or your irrigation system needs to be checked, things like that. So I'm just going to read down the list here. Your lawn is starting to develop a serious weed problem. If not addressed, it could eventually take over your lawn. Okay, so that's, and then we have these little check boxes on the side here as you do it. Okay, the next one is your beds could use mulching. This will also help control the weeds. Ron could check that off. Your shrubs could use trimming. Your trees could use trimming. The lawn could use fertilizing. It appears that you may have chinch bugs in your lawn. If not addressed, they'll kill your lawn. Your lawn is too wet to mow today. We will check it again on your next scheduled service visit. So now, what we're talking about with that is, if you come into these lawns, how many times have you come in and it's been too wet to mow because you're going to tear up the lawn? You just can't do that, okay? So you got to try and find a way to communicate with the customers, and a lot of times the customers aren't home, okay? So that's why we developed these little checklists that we leave at their door. So again, your lawn was too wet to mow today. We'll check it again on your next service date, okay? That lets them know that, hey, at least you were there, you did check the lawn, and what are they going to do? They're going to walk out there, look at their lawn, and they're going to see the water standing in it and say, you know what, yeah, I'm glad them guys didn't do that. The next thing we have is you have a serious dollar weed problem starting to develop in your lawn. Another one is your shrub beds need spraying to control the weeds. And again, after you check this, right on top you check, please call our office to discuss, And then certain lawn areas could use new sod. So if you see areas that, things that you could do to enhance their properties, even if they don't have you do it, even if they don't, it doesn't matter, because you're putting these things up in front of them. Sooner or later, if they see this, if Ron does this once every other month on these properties, eventually they're going to be like, you know what, I should have those guys do that. I can't, Ron, how many times have we been to other people's properties, or our customers, and we see where all of a sudden their trees are all trimmed and their shrubs are trimmed, and we're thinking, geez, why didn't we get that work?
A lot, and that's why we come up with this idea about having a consumer checklist, because of that, because we have done that a lot. We get there, they're all, because people just don't realize that you do that.
Right, they think we're there to just mow their grass.
Right, and unless you bring it to their attention, they're dumbfounded about it.
Right. On the other side here, real quick, just again, please call to discuss. And then we have sprayed your shrubs and flower beds today. Please shut off your sprinkler system for at least 24 hours. Tell them why we do that, Ron.
The reason we do that is because time and time again, we go in, we spray the customers' flower beds or whatever, and you did your job. Their sprinklers come on 2 hours after we've done the property. 3 days from now, they're calling you up saying, well, look, you didn't spray my weeds because my weeds have grown. Well, so they think you're not doing your job. So that's why we do that too, because that keeps us covered. So to their knowledge, we did spray it, and to keep their sprinklers off, because it says anytime you spray anything, it says 20-minute drying, 45-minute drying. I don't believe that. I believe everything should dry once it's been applied for at least 24 hours.
Right. And there again, it helps you better control their properties, because we used to go on the properties, we know we sprayed it last week, we come back and the weeds are worse, and we're like, how can that possibly be? We just sprayed this. And the only way it can be that way is either it rained shortly afterwards, or the sprinklers came on and washed everything away. So once we started doing this with customers and asking them to, we used to just write it on a card asking them to please leave their sprinklers off for 24 hours. All of a sudden our results got way better. So sure enough, that's what was happening. Okay, so just to continue on, how many times have you pulled up to a lawn where it didn't need to be cut and you just drive down the road? And the next thing you know, the customer calls up complaining and says, hey, those guys haven't been here in a month. I haven't seen them in a month. You know, she thinks that you're not even checking on her lawn. She thinks you haven't even been there, and she fires you, and she brings in a whole new company to take care of her work. We addressed that situation. Due to the slow growth, we did not mow your lawn today. We'll check it again on the next service date. What does this tell her? This tells her automatically that yes, those guys were here. They did check my lawn. I mean, they were here, they stopped. I know the guys are at least checking on my place, okay? So that's a good thing to do. We noticed there may be a problem with your sprinkler system. So there again, if we see brown spots in the lawn, it shows the customer that you do give a shit about them, that you care about their lawns because you're actually pointing these things out to them. You don't wait till it absolutely destroys the whole lawn. Of course you could, because then you get sod out of it too.
Good thinking. We should take that off.
We should take that off. Make a note of that, RJ. We'll take that off. All right, your lawn service has been temporarily suspended. Nobody ever wants to check that one off, but I'll tell you, sometimes you have to. If you can't get them on the phone, if there's a problem with the bill, whatever, you just check this off. Your lawn service has been temporarily suspended. Please call the office, check them off, hang it on the door. They know you're not coming back to mow until they get that bill squared away. So 9 out of 10 times, this gets their attention. They'll call the office, and you can just keep on rolling with them. So, Ron, if you want to take this and go ahead while we're here, just go ahead and run that.
Okay.
But he's going to go around and look at the mulch, at the shrubs, anything that he thinks that we could get some more service work, get some extras off of this property. It does two things. Number one, it puts the money in our pocket. Number two, it shows the customers that you actually care about their property. So this is a good list to have. You put all of this stuff on one sheet like we have, and you can check it all off instead of having to write a note or use burn up business cards left and right and having to take the time, take 2 minutes to write everything out, what's wrong. Now we've had these made up, cost like 129 bucks, and it's just check, 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 and you just set them all over the place, and they make you money. So here's just another way to make money with the door hangers. Those are the checklists, so that's a whole different animal, but this is one of the ways that we get extras out of our customers. Of course, when you see them, it's always nice to talk to them, but these checklists work very well for us. So that's what we do to make extra money. One of the things we do. So now you've just witnessed another exciting edition of, wait for it, Neighborhood Talk.